As I've been saying the last few months, 2014 is very long in the tooth, big white beard, and soon the year will die, and a new year will be born. And I want to be very clear here. A lot of really positive things are happening, not just here, but around the globe. A lot of people are waking up to the tenets of liberty and true competition and prosperity. And corrupt power structures are moving to try to block and suppress populations, and that's only going to have the effect of causing more resistance. But we don't need mindless, criminal, stupid resistance to apparent evils. An apparent wrong of Garner being choked to death in New York or Long Island is not right to then go and shoot 2 police officers in the head in cold blood and then go kill yourself because you just shot your girlfriend to death. And, well, instead of killing yourself, you're just going to go have death by cop or take a few with you. And that's what I've said. This is a trend I see getting promoted by the media. It will create copycats, just like 2020 had to admit in a special in 1995 that we've played clips of, that death education started in 1990. And within 3 years, it doubled and tripled suicides in high schools and middle schools. You teach 13-year-olds how to hang themselves or how to take pills or how to shoot themselves to say, don't do it. You've now put in their mind, don't do it. And it caused massive suicide increases. If the media starts hyping race riots and infighting and, oh, you're mad at the government, the thing to do is go blame the lowest level rubber meets the road police. And as you know, I'm the big critic of the globalists taking over the police, but not of the police. I'm the big critic of the police state. I'm the big critic of the MRAPs and the helicopters looking through our walls and all of it, because I understand it's federalized, it's globalized, it is designed to convert us to a tyranny. But to do that, they've got to get a war going with us and the police that they've gotten the police ready for. Instead, we need to take back our counties, our cities, our states, and take back our police. And as I've said many times, and the statistics show it, they are one of the most awake groups compared to the general public. They are not our enemies. If we simply don't let the mind game work on us, we can checkmate the globalist right now. The way to demonstrate is the way that more than 500 people showed up in Spokane. Many of them are listeners with our crew there covering it, to cover the event. And the police union, the sheriff's unions, come out and criticize the police chief following Obama doctrine, Justice Department doctrine, saying constitutionalist veterans, gun owners are the main threat. And we've got sheriff deputies on tape saying it is veterans, and we got a lot of guns in this county. Well, quote, there's a lot of guns here, a lot of constitutionalists, and we may take enemy fire. Well, our demonstrators didn't go out and attack police or shoot anybody or burn down anything. They went out and talked about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, exposed the Southern Poverty Law Center and ADL that are running this in the White House. And I saw the live feeds. I was here, we were here for 4 hours doing a special report yesterday, covering the whole protest. The police were super nice, brought us back, showed us the MRAP, said on record, we don't like what was said, and, the sheriff's backed down from that, and our guys talked to the cops off record, they're listeners. The sheriff's department, a bunch of them are our listeners. We already knew that. So, see, we're not going to go up and walk up to a police car and shoot 2 people in the head. That's not how we take America back. That's how you destroy the country and start a civil war. But the Democratic Party's push with Al Sharpton and the mayor, the socialist mayor of New York, with this I can't breathe business, and I think that is excessive force and looks really bad, and I disgust me. But does that mean you go execute police in cold blood? Absolutely not. The Justice Department is all over this, trying to stir this up right now, and it could start a race war, civil war. In fact, it's already starting to get to that point. There are racial attacks I see in local news as I scan it 4 or 5 times a day. that are getting reported. You know a fraction get reported, where whites are being attacked everywhere by black racists that think it's a legitimate form to beat a white person in the head with a hammer or shoot them. So what they've done is the Justice Department has put white people and cops over here and then put black folks or anybody who's in the inner city over here, a lot of white folks in the inner city, a lot of Hispanics, to just all start hating each other and fighting each other while foreign banks swindle and loot all of us. And while Ebola is clearly being covered up inside the United States, I just played Fox News saying that they admit they have a bunch of suspected cases, thousands of them, and are covering it up. Forbes said they were at the meeting where it was agreed upon 2 months ago. Do you understand? We just report the facts here. I don't care if it's sensational. We will tell you. Speaking of political correctness, when we come back, Obama. Sony did the wrong thing when it pulled the movie. Boy, I hate agreeing with Obama. That's one of the cases I do. He says you don't give in to terrorist threats, whoever's behind it. North Korea says that it was probably launched by the CIA. I don't know who it was launched by, but the globalists are not above doing it. But it is true now. Now the so-called terrorist group is threatening that if Team America airs, they'll blow it up. And so Alamo Drafthouse, and I'm not kidding, I love Team America, even though it's very risque. I think it's so funny. It's one of my favorite satire movies. I was planning to go see it in Austin at the limited showing because I hadn't seen it since it came out in 2004 in the theater, and they pulled the stinking thing. I'm going to rent a theater next week. I want to get on the horn and find some theaters that aren't total chickens, and I'm going to rent a theater free to the public. I mean, I could sell tickets, but I'm not going to. Maybe a 300-seater or something, and we're going to... you know what? I bet this country's so cowardly. I bet I can't... And so politically correct. Because political correctness means when they tell you not to speak or not to say something, you do it. It means you value having no free speech. We absolutely must show Team America and The Interview now, or this country's done. Stick a fork in it.
Soon every country will be in complete chaos.
To save the world from falling apart.
And so you see, the new world is inevitable.
It's what?
Inevitable.
One more time?
Inevitable! Things are inevitably going to change.
And we learn he's really an alien cockroach that climbs out of his body at the end. It's not about sex, Gary. This is global government, where the UN says we can't have guns, we can't have coal power plants, so they come after our coal plants and guns. Or North Korea that can't even build an automobile. That's why I doubt they did the hacking. That thinks Dennis Rodman's cool. And that shows you how delusional Kim Jong-un is. They're going to blow stuff up if we show a movie. Well, go to hell. I mean, what is wrong with this country? Show the movies. Get rid of the censorship. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation. The exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern